We are like, look, whenever I interview someone or meet someone, I always say world famous. But this cat right here, world famous. You are look at it, the hardest worker in the room. That's right on point. I just noticed that shirt. Right on point. This is Akiva. And I've been knowing Akiva since 2008.
2008?
Yeah, because Akiva used to live in that house over there in that corner. Yeah, there you go.
Right over there.
Yeah. This young gentleman has transformed just to not only being a neighbor and a dear good friend, and he follows the Bible and everything, but he is now a playwright. And he has had so many plays in this area. He decided to leave this area because it was too small. Now he's down in Florida. This is the next town of Perry. This is what you're looking at right here. Okay. So how many plays have you done altogether?
A total of, I would say 6. I'll say 4 or 5 of the major productions ready to go into the theater.
Wow.
Some of them is like just basically size for the church, medium size, small church, things like that.
Right.
But if I want to expand that script, I can make it into a larger production. But on the shelf, ready to go, I have a total of 5.
Wow.
Ready to go.
And actually appeared in one of his videos. Remember, it was cold out night. We walked outside in the dark.
Yeah.
I was on the B-roll, so you won't see my face.
Right. Actually, that was, I bring back memories. That was a song that I wrote, and then a director, a film guy, that a videographer, director, he wanted to use my testimony, and made it into a video, with my song. Right. And actually, if you see this here, this is every 3 months is reminding me where I got to go do blood work because in 2020 I was diagnosed with chronic leukemia. You knew that, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I remember that.
So basically, I share that because I don't talk about it too much because I don't allow that to stop me from what I'm doing. Right. So, but I have to share this because there's somebody who probably fathom or thinking about what they're going through and stop them from really being who they are. You know what I'm saying? Right. And their purpose on this world. Yeah. So this is a reminder every 3 months that I have to slow down and go do blood work, and the doctor will look at it and see how I'm doing.
Right. But well, you look well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. In 2008, I was asked by a church, they needed a Christmas production. They want to do something different. So at the time, my wife, we were separated, and she called me and asked me, hey, would you rather play? And I said, I don't do plays. What are you talking about? So she reminded me back at Bethune-Cookman University. At the time, it was Bethune-Cookman College. We was attending that together. And I used to write little stuff on the side. And she remembered that, and she brought it back to my remembrance. And then when I said yes to the church, boom, I saw all those thoughts start coming to me. And I wrote my first play in 7 days for the church, Lighthouse Baptist Church, right here in Waldorf, Maryland. Right. My Christmas story. Okay. Yeah, it was about a single mom who has kids, and then she was so intrigued of buying all these gifts, working 2 jobs, headache, during the holidays, trying to provide this Christmas for the kids and everything. And her crazy, I call her a crazy uncle who's retired military. Hey, man.
Are you saying I'm crazy?
No, retired military. He was in the army, but he was that funny uncle. And he reminded the kids, hey, you guys got to slow down. Reminded his niece, because he was staying with them, and reminded them, say, hey, you know what? Y'all too busy. And he basically reminded them of the true meaning of Christmas. Right. And all that good stuff. Right. It was my Christmas story.
So I'm going to fast forward the story. 2015, I bought my Tesla. Right. I bought this car right here. And you was one of the first people to see it. I remember the day I drove up into it. I was so proud. I was so, I was like full of myself. I'm walking around like, yeah. So Wanda comes out this door. Right. I'll never forget. She took a look at it. 2 minutes later, she walked back in the house. I'm like, God dang, really? Is that all you can say? I'm like, hey, I was so excited and happy. But, she has learned to really like it now. She's actually thinking about getting an EV. So hopefully I can make the switch. So have you ever thought about getting an EV? Because I've taken you in this car a couple of times, and we did the acceleration. And,
I did. Speaking of accelerating, so I'm thinking about getting an EV. I thought every time I come to a light and got somebody who's driving something like this here, and he just take off. I said, and it just bothers me how fast these cars can be. But no, I am thinking about doing that because someone just recently told me within the next 10 years, our government is going to start encouraging more of people doing, purchasing these cars, and I'm thinking about I need to go ahead and jump on the bandwagon now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beneficial of having those things. As you can see, you plug them to your house,
Yep.
help you save electricity in your home,
Yep.
all that good stuff. So
Right.
I'm about trying to save and be a good consumer. So
Yeah.
I am thinking about purchasing one.
So how's life down in Florida? Last question. How's life down in Florida? Now I know you see a bunch of EVs down there, but just in general, you've moved. And I miss you as a neighbor. And it just so happens you're back up here assisting someone else doing a production later on this evening.
Right.
And I reached out to you. You was nice enough to come over, driving a gas car, and but you decided to come over. Now it's been a pleasure, man, coming back up here and seeing you. So, what's your future looking like in Florida?
Well, the future thing, what I'm doing now is almost like I'm starting over. I'm going out and networking with people because I did a lot of tons of networking. It's been 20 plus years living in the DMV. This is always going to be my home, and Florida's always was my first.
Right.
Where I was born and raised, so it's always my home.
Right.
So I'm going out to the network and starting all over again. So my main thing is I want to bring my productions down to Florida. I'm working on my Christmas production this year, starting in Florida, working back to the DMV, and looking into North Carolina as well. So one thing I want to do, major thing, I want to start this Florida to DMV pipeline.
Oh.
And what I want to do that is basically, I notice people from DMV trying to get out of the DMV to show their talent, musicians, actors, comedians, and things like that. All my network here, I'm gonna get them down to Florida, meet with people there, theaters and all that stuff, get them down there so they can perform,
Right.
so they get their names out, expand their name.
Right.
Same thing, people from Florida, bring them to DMV,
Right.
do the same thing. So I got that pipeline we're working on, and we're gonna meet once a year at an Airbnb or even larger scale at a hotel. We're gonna have directors, musicians, most important people that come out and share their story, share how they got started, and help other people just beginning.
Right.
So that's my thing. It's called the Florida to DMV pipeline.
Right, that sounds like the Underground Network.
Yeah.
I just thought of that. So tell everybody and my viewers if they want more information on following you. I know you have a plethora of social media, so go ahead and run down your sites. And
The main one is on Instagram. It's McClam Enterprise. It's Akiva _McClam Enterprise. You can go there and find me on Instagram, or you're on Facebook. You can go to Akiva Renaissance Man McClam. You can find me on Facebook that way.
Yeah.
But give a shout out to that you mentioned about the event I'm doing tonight. James Rafford, a great motivational speaker. He's having a 50th birthday celebration at the MGM tonight. He hired me because he noticed I've been doing a lot of plays in the area. He hired me to bring in actors for his red carpet affair.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Without knowing that, I took that job because I want to go out there and service and make sure bring quality work. Did not know when I say yes, this is the platform he having to entertainment. He got Dave Hollister. He got Earthquake. He got Kelly Price and many more other comedians.
Wow.
That So that's when you say, hey, it's not about who you know. It's about just whatever people you come across. Provide a good quality work, and then you never know what they're gonna bless you with. So I want to thank I want to thank James Bradford for trusting and believing in McClam Enterprise Production with this here. So I got a new service now, corporate America. If you need entertainment or you need just to take that weight off you,
Right.
call McClam Enterprise Production. We'll provide that service for you.
And I'm going to get his autograph because he's going to be famous. Man, thank you for stopping by. It's been a pleasure, Akiva, and we'll see you somewhere down the road. All right?
God be the glory.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.